Alrighty, good morning everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. And again, thank you for your patience and my getting this video out to you. Uh, like I said in the stream, which if you were there, thank you for joining me. My dog had a little medical emergency. And then this week I got fucking sick. I got a cold or something. You might be able to hear it in my voice still. I'm not feeling the best, but I'm getting you this fucking video. Alright, let's just jump right into it.
Okay, his name is Lorne, L-O-R, and you're Kayla. He should have condoms, pizza, bracelet, and a can.
So, Lorne's chat log was as thick as a goddamn phone book. It was literally 407 pages long. I did not read the full thing. I skimmed every 25 to 50 pages, but I refused to read the whole fucking thing. I didn't see that Lorne agreed to bring a pizza. I could have been wrong, but he seems very confused about being asked about it later, so I think maybe that was a misunderstanding. She's more relaxed in her role, more confident. I really hope that she got some more acting roles. I don't know if she continued to be an actor or if she changed careers or whatever, but she's good. I really enjoyed her. It was fortunate that the house they were renting had massage chairs. I don't know if NBC went out of their way to get the massage chairs to because that gives Casey or Kayla a built-in excuse to have Lorne stationary and at a disadvantaged angle, and that will give her enough notice to run if he tries to come at her like Lurch did. I don't know if Lurch is before or after Lorne. I think Lorne was the first of the night, so everybody else was after. But I think it was smart, regardless of if they thought of it in advance or not. I do have to say, the Lorne's joking and all of his funny little voices and his very nonchalant hip cocking and such, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. It really does. The way he says it is like he's just casually talking to like a child he met at the grocery store, like just entertaining their imagination, really. But his intent is sexual violence, and that's chilling to me. It's like he can just do this. He's so unfazed about it until there's confrontation.
Have to sit down?
Yeah, look. It's a massager
Oh my
chair.
God,
It
look
vibrates
at that.
when you press the buttons.
Look, oh my God.
Yeah, flip the switches.
Which one is it?
You can use either one of them. It tells you there's
I really like how flappy and open her body language is, because I don't know if you remember being 12 or 13 or whatever, but you're very loose and toonish with your body because you're still learning it. So it's a good acting choice that Casey decided to do the physical gestures. It really helps tie in the idea that she is a 12-year-old or a
there's one for
13-year-old.
your butt, there's one for your lower back, and there's one for your upper back.
I just felt my butt. I think.
You can pretty much tell the difference when you press
Holy, yep, that's my butt.
So good, right?
I thought you had blonde hair.
Uh-oh.
Do you like it? I dyed it by
think-
myself.
That's such a flawless cover-up. I wonder if... No, Jeff Sokol's a different decoy. Had a different decoy entirely, so never mind. I thought they were the same for like a second, but never mind. She's damn good. She's so freaking good. Yeah, I'm impressed all the way around. But also, like a flawless cover-up. Like I said, flawless on the hair. Because Lorne is such a fucking narcissist that her doing that without his permission, without his say-so, threw him off. Just like threw him off his game. It was so noticeable to him, so startling to him that he had to point it out. He had to say so.
I think it's pretty.
Thank you.
It's very pretty.
Where's
Oh
the
my
pizza?
God.
I was waiting to eat because I thought you were bringing some.
I don't want to bring you any pizza.
Well,
Because he sounds so confused there. He was like, I never said I was going to bring you pizza.
weren't you gonna bring me something?
Well, yes, I was. And I did.
Did you bring any condoms?
Yes, I did.
Where are they?
Out in the truck.
Well, what good are they gonna do in the truck if we're in here?
It's really interesting that, oh, shit, I cock-blocked him again. I'm so sorry. I have this fantastic habit of, pausing and just ruining their iconic lines. Sorry, I'll let him play in the full. I just wanted to say, Lorne, it's interesting. So I use my hands to, talk and to emphasize my points, to also illustrate my points. I'm very Italian in my speaking. But Lorne here, he uses his side-to-side kind of head bobs or whatever as conversational gestures instead of his hands. And I wonder if that's like a regional thing, if folks in wherever he was from before he moved to Tennessee. I want to say Kentucky, but I can't promise that I'm right. I wonder if that's a regional kind of dialect, quote unquote.
Well, yell at me, why don't you?
There you go.
I haven't had a kiss yet.
So I do say that this... Oh, shit, I forgot to... Sorry, folks, Alright, sorry about that. I went in and hopefully silenced my Discord notifications. I did forget to do that before I started, so hopefully there weren't too many, just the one. I forgot what I was saying. Let's go back to my notes. Oh, the line. We're at the point where he says his iconic line. But to me, this reads like he thinks Kayla has too much control over the direction of this interaction, conversation, event, whatever you want to call it.
Well, yes, I was. And I did.
Did you bring any condoms?
Yes, I did.
Where are they?
Out in the truck.
So he uses his head to gesture to the car, or the truck, which is great. But if you watch, he kind of goes blank a little bit when she says condoms.
Any condoms?
Yes, I did.
There's a moment of like freezing, and I think it's because he's not comfortable with Kayla, quote unquote Kayla, Casey, using that word. He's giddy, so he's willing to let some things slide, but he's thrown off by her asking about the condoms so directly. I don't think Lorne's mental image of Kayla included her being quite so bold, I guess. And then he jumps into well, I haven't even had a kiss yet. And I think that's him pushing the boundary because he's thinking, well, she's being so forward by asking about the condom, so, like, why can't I? But ultimately, he's a coward, so he has to avert his gaze and not look at her while he says it, really.
Where are they?
Out in the truck.
Well, what good are they going to do in the truck if we're in here?
Well, yell at me, why don't you? I haven't had a kiss yet.
Yeah, he turns his little head away because he can't really say it. And it's so the first time he says it, it's going to be uncomfortable because I don't think he's ever said it out loud before. But once he's said it out loud and he's heard himself say it, I don't think he's really going to have an issue saying it again. It just, once he verbalizes it, it's easier to repeat.
Okay. Well, then what did you want to do?
Well, I want a kiss first.
And then what?
Can I have a kiss first?
Well, let's talk.
He's kind of already interrupting her, pushing her. He's just pushing the boundary. He's trying to see where she is and how quickly things could escalate.
First, we just got here.
Would you like me?
He kind of laughs it off when she's like, no, this is a firm boundary. So he does back off, but he's still putting the feelers out. I don't know if Lorne is capable of forcing him in this, not drunk or anything. I don't know if he's capable of forcing himself on her if she's actively fighting him. Like, he crumbles so fast with confrontation that yes, statutory rape he could absolutely do. That's his intent here, 100%. But I don't know if he'd be able to keep himself in that, like, violent headspace to assault with pushback, because he's such a fucking coward. But, like, in all the crimes that I've seen, like, on his rap sheet, I don't think they've been violent crimes. He's committed business fraud. He drove so drunk he launched off a road into someone's house, so that could be considered violent. He's fled charges and done a number of petty thefts, but I'm not recalling something with a weapon or anything like that. But let me know. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong.
Me go out in the truck and get my stuff?
No, it's all right.
No? You don't want your thing right now? Present I gave you?
Well, what is it?
Well, I can't tell you. That wouldn't be much of a present if I told you.
Well, you can go get it in a little bit or something, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
A little bit, not as bad as what you thought you would be?
Not as bad, but I still am kind of nervous. I'd rather, like, talk a little bit first and then, like, so I'm more comfortable, you know?
That's, like, cool.
Good.
Ugh, God, the first time I watched that, I cringed so hard, my soul left my fucking body. And it's still trying. Like, what the fuck, dude?
I'm really glad.
I like seeing you in person.
Yeah, I like seeing you too.
Good.
So,
This is getting hot. How come?
So, it could be that this chair was heating up too much, he got uncomfortable, and in order to be able to shift to try to push himself off the heating pad, he did all this stuff with his body right here. But I feel like maybe some red flag got through Lorne's thick fucking skull here. I can't pinpoint exactly what's setting off alarm bells, but he just crossed his legs a little bit while grabbing his keys from his pocket, and he put the keys in his crotch. And I think the keys are a reminder that he can leave whenever he wants, like a reminder of his control of the situation. But it could be that he just moved them out of his pocket because they were heating up and he didn't want his key fob to get fucked from the heating pad. Could be.
oh, because press the red button. It's a heater too.
You gonna have a seat too?
I like to sit on the edge of chairs.
I feel like she's gonna be like, dog, I'm sitting right now. What the fuck are you talking about? But he wants her to sit properly. He wants her to be a good girl and sit properly. Fucking creep. Control fake creep.
Do you?
Yeah.
Seem pretty comfortable there.
Hi, sir.
How are you?
All right, how are you doing?
What's happening?
Here we go, boys. The real event begins. I've been playing Mortal Kombat recently, so my brain immediately went, fight. And then the battle music began playing. If I'm able to, I'll have done a little edit, and you won't be hearing this audio. If you are hearing this audio, I'm already dead.
Not too much.
Not too much? You a Boston fan?
Well, actually, I don't even watch baseball.
Oh, but it's a Boston cap.
It's a Boston Cap, yeah.
What a little weird interaction. Chris sees anything and he's trying to latch onto it because he's trying to think of one-liners. But you could actually, if we were to go back, which obviously we will, because that's what I do here, you're going to be able to see like this sharp gasp of shock at being caught. His shoulders are going to jump up a little bit, and this is where he starts breathing really fast. You can actually watch how fast he's going super clearly in this top left camera, and you could probably calculate his heart rate and watch it go up.
Yeah.
Seem pretty comfortable there.
Hi, sir.
How are you?
All right, how are you doing?
What's happening?
Not too much.
Not too much? You a Boston fan?
Well, actually, I don't even watch baseball.
Oh, but it's a Boston cap.
Yep,
It's a
watch
Boston Cap,
this.
yeah.
Yeah. So what are you up to tonight?
Not a whole lot.
Another iconic line. He did lose control of his speech volume for a second, and that's an interesting reaction because it's shock. You know, you're just trying. So what he's doing right now is heading towards hyperventilating, not like hyperventilation, but like he's increasing his ventilation, and he's heading towards the actual hyperventilation. But because he's breathing so fast and so shallowly, it's actually up in his chest, which is not giving him a full breath. So he's losing more and more breath as he's using his chest to breathe. And as that happens, you are going to lose control of your speech volume because you're more focused on breathing, getting full breaths, than you are managing your volume.
A whole lot?
No.
Well, I tell you, for the last several days, you've been up to a lot.
Oh, Chris brings out that fucking manuscript-sized chat log, and we see Lorne grimace, clench his jaw, and lick his lips all within the same second. Those are clear signs of distress. About bricked his shorts, too. Like, holy shit. Now, we're going to watch as Chris takes a seat, which is not usually what happens. Lorne's head and gaze is going to follow Chris down, but when Lorne has a chance to straighten his neck out, he does not take that chance. He's going to keep his chin tucked down to protect his throat. That's actually a subconscious defensive behavior that we have left over from the caveman age, and it's pretty blatant here, so watch that.
You're a pretty prolific chatter there. You want to explain yourself?
Not really. I never really was going to do anything.
Yeah, he does not straighten his neck, but he's also so stunned he can't even think of a lie. His brain is trying to be on 3 tracks at the same time. Like, he says...
To a lot.
Also, really quickly, please watch Chris's face before we jump into what Lorne was trying to say, because that is the most superior, scummy look. I hate it, but it's so well practiced. It really pays off. Watch.
Pretty prolific chatter there.
Watch.
You want to explain yourself?
Look at that. Good God, look at that. That's like authoritative and parental and so many layers of you're fucked. Like, in one little look. It's amazing.
Not really. I'd never
Not really. I'd never
really was going to do anything.
You
was
weren't
gonna
really
do
going to do
anything. Not really. Was never going to do anything. 4 different attempts of excuses all in the same sentence.
anything.
No.
So you brought condoms. What else did you bring?
I brought her a bracelet.
A bracelet. And she is how old?
She's supposed to be 13.
Supposed
supposed to be 13. Don't get indignant, you sick fuck. Why couldn't the child I was gonna rape be real? Mind your fucking tone when speaking with your betters, you piece of shit. Every comment down below better be all spitting on Lorne, swear to God.
Supposed to be 13. And how old are you?
37.
37.
Ooh, 30, only 37? My man did not age well. I guess that's what being a pedophile does to you, though.
You have kids?
Today. No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I've got nieces, though,
Nieces.
that I think the world of.
Yeah, you talk about your nieces in the chat here. And you talk about how you like to spoil the nieces and how you would like to spoil this 13-year-old girl like you spoil your nieces.
Yeah.
Alright. Lip lick, followed by a lip tuck. That is the effects of sudden stress are starting to kick in. So his mouth is drying out, he's tripping over his words, we saw his breathing rate increase, and we might even be seeing a sheen of sweat starting to develop here. To be fair, it could just be the shitty camera in the shitty lighting doing the best it can. But that lip lick, followed by the lip tuck, is a self-silencing gesture. Or the lip tuck, I'm sorry, is a self-silencing gesture when you purse your lips like that. It's keeping yourself quiet.
Is this the way you spoil young women?
No.
Now, what's your name?
This is what I was.
It took him about 4 seconds to speak, and he didn't even answer Chris's question. It's just a chaff and redirect, but Chris is too smart for Lorne.
Afraid of.
What were you afraid of?
Stupid move.
What were you afraid of?
Just because she was a nice girl and
She was a nice girl. You still haven't told me your name, though.
Boom.
it's Lorne
Lorne what?
Armstrong
Armstrong. And where do you live, Lorne?
in Nashville now.
Nashville. What do you do in Nashville?
Actually, I work at a construction company.
And what do you do?
So it might be a regional dialect to start with, to start a sentence with actually when you're not correcting a point. But to me, it comes off like he's lying. Lying poorly, but lying still.
Bill.
I just started last week.
Listen to that fear in his throat. That is thick fear.
Building a gym for a church.
A gym for a church. Is that a good job?
Yeah.
Now, besides all this chat here, and we'll go through that in a minute, you also...
Besides all this chat here, is Chris suddenly Southern? Google says he was born in Chicago, Illinois, so unless I'm hearing that wrong, is he making fun of Lorne? Because that would be fucking hilarious if so.
also sent a whole bunch of pictures.
The tears are prickling in his eyes. He's starting to get a little teary. Look at that chin.
Now, why would you think that's appropriate?
Oh,
It's not.
It's not.
snort. And he immediately flipped those bad boys over. Can't just have that out there, can we?
Those are all your pictures, right?
The tiniest little nod, so he admits to it. He admitted it, and I love when these fucking idiots make the DA's job easier. That's so good.
Is that all you do in your spare time?
No.
You ever get in trouble like this before?
No, I've never done this before.
You've never done it before.
Liar, 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 liar. We know for a fact that he was sending several underage girls sexually explicit material on MySpace in 2004. The TCAP sting happened in 2007. I'm willing to bet money he was in contact with more than the known MySpace girls. It's just a matter of proving it to me.
Have you ever met anybody in person who you first met online in a chat room?
No.
This is the first time. So
Yeah.
what made you, all of a sudden for the first time, get online, chat up a 13-year-old girl, and drive up from Nashville to meet her for sex.
Well, I didn't.
Lauren, you send her naked photos, you have an explicit conversation, and you bring condoms. What does that add up to?
Amazing. Oh, God. I have no notes. No notes. I just want to know how Chris gets prepared for these interactions. Like, do you think he debates some scuzzlord on Facebook over some bullshit to get him fired up? Oh, I love it. Also, just an actual note. Silence for a lot of people is uncomfortable, like borderline unbearable. So combine that with the stress of and anxiety of being interrogated about your attempted child exploitation, and you can see why Lorne looks like he's about to fucking hurl.
I know.
Oh. Is this where he starts crying, folks? So early in the second quarter? He winds up to wipe at his eyes, determined not to look like a pussy in front of a man with a full head of hair. Unfortunately, he misses Chris's look of disgust, so he doesn't know Chris already thinks he's a piece of shit. Can he power through, ladies and gentlemen, even though it's a lost cause?
At first, you seem like the Good Samaritan, the protector. Don't tell me your last name. Don't ever tell anyone from the internet your last name, okay? Okay, why?
Oh, he covers his chin to hide Dushin's grief muzzle. His fingers line up well, but we saw it, folks. I do believe he's crying. We did it. And the crowd goes wild. Sorry, I was fucking with the mic, and I just started playing.
Protector. Don't tell me your last name. Don't ever tell anyone from the internet your last name, okay? Okay, why? Because there are some real weirdos on here sometimes, and they might try to go looking for you. So don't ever tell them your last name, your address, your phone number, the town you live in, or the school you go to. You're one of those weirdos.
Uh-huh.
I mean, was that some kind of a ruse to gain her trust?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Oh.
So how did it go from...
Oh, poor baby. No, I swear I wasn't trying to manipulate the girl. Lorne's chat is 407 pages long. I didn't read it all. I think, like I said before, I skimmed every 25 to 50 pages or so, and it was all the same kind of shit. Lorne demanding compliance, sometimes literally telling her what she is going to do. Not offering it as a fantasy, but telling her flat out her role and to not deviate from it. That's why when Kayla, quote unquote, had brown hair, he just had to mention it. She dyed it without his permission, without even asking what he thought. He wants his blonde-haired princess to do what she's told, not to have free will or ideas of her own. I'm pretty sure Lorne is a narcissist or is on the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder. I do have to say, I am not a mental health professional. I just have a lot of experience with the fit stuff. It's just speculation, not a diagnosis. But the reason I think Lorne falls on the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder, I should say, I guess. So he thinks so damn highly of himself. He's never the bad guy. It's always someone else's fault. He self-aggrandizes. He mirrors other people's positive personality traits to get his way or to win them over, and a million other things that I can't take the time to list, otherwise this just becomes a Lorne documentary. But my point stands. I think Lorne falls on the narcissistic personality disorder spectrum, and it is very easy to catfish a narcissist. He's about to go into why, a whole bunch of reasons he's here, quote unquote. They're all bullshit. Every single one of them. Bullshit.
Hey, be careful, don't give anybody your last name, to, hi, here's some naked pictures of myself and I'm coming over with condoms.
I don't know.
You don't know. Well, you must know something. I mean, help me to understand this.
I don't know why.
You don't know.
I'm really fascinated that Lorne's, from what we can see, maybe that he is, and this camera just isn't picking it up, but his dirty ass sneakers, he's not jiggling his foot or anything. He doesn't have like a anxiety release from what I'm seeing. So that's interesting because most people, they just start, tapping their foot or moving their fingers, twitching their elbow, something, and I'm not really picking that up here.
I even did.
You don't know why you did it. Well, I think I know why you did it. You did it because
Because you're a sick fuck.
you wanted to have sex with a 13-year-old girl.
He can't even deny it. He cannot give a firm denial. Oh, God.
I don't think that.
No, what?
Oh, I love that Chris and I are making the same fucking joke. I'll let Chris do it. Okay.
I don't think that was it.
You don't think it was it? Well, why don't you help me out? Why don't you tell me what it was then?
Because I wasted 5 years of my life on the internet talking to girls that
This is where it gets into bullshit. Just bullshit excuses that are completely unrelated to anything going on right now.
that gained my trust, and she seemed like somebody I could trust.
You could trust. So when you say you spent 5 years on the internet, what, getting taken advantage of by women? In what way?
In every way.
For instance.
I was up in Washington State. That's when I started going on the internet.
When you lived in Washington State. You started going on the internet, and what happened?
I'm pretty sure his mouth is starting to go numb. He's losing feeling in his tongue. His mouth is dry as a desert. And on top of that, he's got to think real hard, which he's not good at in the calmest situation. So this is especially challenging. And it's great that Chris isn't going to let him have any slack, any leeway, any of it.
I met a girl, she said her name was Amanda James, and she told me that her daughter was her niece, and that she was watching.
Look how much Chris is like, this, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? As Thought Slime would say. Like, this is completely irrelevant, and he's just panicking. I think we can also just fully admit this is sweat. He's glowing.
Her niece, well, she was actually had custody of her niece.
And then?
Look at that, look at that, look at that.
3 years.
Watch his fucking mouth. This is where he has stress mouth. And that is when you are under so much stress, your tongue is literally numb. You can't feel your tongue. It's heavy. You can't control it. Your mouth is super, super dry. On top of that, your brain is scrambling so hard, you can't even get one train of thought under control. You're overheating, you're hyperventilating. It's not good for Lorne here. It's really not good.
She had custody of her niece.
And then?
Just
3 years.
Chris is like, I understand that your mouth is dry and we're not going to give you any slack, but this is bullshit, so I'm pushing you now. You have to keep talking, you stupid motherfucker.
And, 3 years later, I moved back to Maine just to be close to her because she lived in Pennsylvania, and I didn't date anyone. I didn't see anyone because of her.
All right, so what happened?
I got back to Maine, and I was talking to her on the phone, and she, my sister wanted to say hi to her, and my sister had been on the internet for a couple of years, and she was able to read people pretty good.
And what happened?
And she got on the phone with her, and she, after she got off the phone, she was only on the phone with her for about 2 minutes, and she got off the phone with her and told me that she wasn't real.
She wasn't real.
She told me she was lying to me, and she'd been lying to me all along.
Did you ever meet this woman? Did you send her money?
It's easy to catfish a narcissist. Listen, you don't talk about yourself, you talk about the narcissist, and that's it. That's it. That's how to catfish a narcissist. It's that fucking easy.
I sent her money, I sent her all kinds of Dale Earnhardt things.
Dale Earnhardt things.
Dog,
Dale
what the
Earnhardt
fuck?
Jr. things. She was,
I literally forgot NASCAR existed. I was like, dog, who the fuck is Dale Earnhardt? And then a flashback to fucking Ricky Bobby. What is that? That Will Ferrell movie. If you're not first, you're last. Like, whatever. You know, like, that's just, that's what I think of when I think of NASCAR, and I'm sorry for NASCAR fans.
Dale.
The race car driver.
Yeah.
And so because you got taken advantage by a couple of women on the internet, you thought it was okay to take advantage of a 13-year-old girl on the internet.
No, I didn't.
You didn't.
No.
Oh?
I'm very happy that you talked to me before talking to anyone else, though. This way, you'll be safe.
Sure.
That's what I meant too.
That's what I meant to do. I don't know how I got here. Where am I? Who am I?
I don't know how.
You don't know how
I
what?
don't know how I lead to this.
Well, here, let me take you down the road. This is how it went. You started with this, and then it goes to, so this is as thick as a telephone book, by the way, this chat.
For real.
You started chatting with her when? Last month? So you've been chatting with this young woman for a month. And so it starts with you being the protective older brother type. And we flip through dozens and dozens of pages here. And ultimately,
Hundreds.
it builds into a very sexually explicit conversation. Right?
He nodded.
I wish
Another
I
nod.
were sticking it in you right now.
Ugh.
You tell her to delete her archives after we stop talking again, okay? Why did you want her to delete her archives? Help me out.
I
You didn't want to get in trouble.
didn't want her to get in trouble by her parents.
Oh, how chivalrous. You didn't want her to get in trouble? Because that's exactly what would happen, right? Only her? Fuck you, man. I wish Chris called him out on that, but I know he can't nitpick everything like I can. I do want to do just a little tiny bit of math. I am not the math gay that I wish I was, but I can do this. 407 divided by 30. So we're assuming 1 month is about 30 days. That comes out to about 13.5 pages. 13.5 pages of chat log per day. He chatted with Kayla for hours most every day for a whole month before driving 85 miles to meet her. Every aspect of this was premeditated, and to this day, he refuses to take responsibility for any of it. Any of it.
I mean, this goes on and on and on.
Good. Cry, you little piece of shit.
Do you think naughty thoughts about me before you go to sleep? You talk about getting married to her. Getting married. She's 13. Huh?
And then when she was 18.
Whoa, what do you mean she was 18?
So I meant when she was 18.
You were going to marry her when she turned 18. But you're just going to have sex with her from the ages of 13 to 18 now.
Liar. Liar.
Are you excited about me or my penis? Did you bring anything else with you tonight?
Liar. Every step of the way, he's a fucking liar.
Like what?
Like anything?
No.
Chris is trying to force Lorne to give eye contact, but Lorne is such a yellow-belly coward, and he can't do that while he's spilling his guts to the man. It just shows that Lorne is easily intimidated and a coward at heart.
Food, alcohol,
Nope.
so just the bracelet and the condoms.
And the camera.
Nothing else.
Liar.
What do you think ought to happen to you?
Oh, the punishment question. All right, folks. Do we think Lorne will A, own up and admits he need prison? Or will he B, be a little bitch baby and say he needs a hiatus? Cast your vote now.
Oh, here's a good one. Is Miss Vagina thinking about Mr. Penis?
God, that's fucking
What is she
cringe.
thinking? What's up with that?
What the fuck, dude? Like, it's cringy when any outside party reads your sexting between two consenting people. That's gonna come off cringy. But it's extra awful when it's a fucking pedophile. Like, that's, oh god, he writes like a 3-year-old.
What do you think ought to happen to you? Help me out.
I'm gonna count how long it takes him from the second time he's asked.
What do you think ought to happen to you? Help me out.
I think I should go to counseling and get off the internet.
10 seconds from the second time he's asked, he answers. That's how much inner dialogue was happening. That's how much he was desperately trying to scramble and think of an answer.
You should go to counseling and get off the internet. Did you ever say to yourself, hey man, I got a problem here?
No, because I never thought I did.
You never thought you did. Does this incident make you think that perhaps you have a problem?
You know, all joking and shit talking aside, I wish Lorne actually went to therapy and did the work. You know, if he had, he wouldn't be as much of a locale as he is today.
What are you going to do about it?
I gotta do some things I can't do that. Like, go on.
It's more hiding his face. I think he's embarrassed that he's crying in front of another man, and not ashamed of where he is and what he was doing, which says a lot. But also, like, what the fuck? Who cares if you gotta cry? Like, cry. Who gives a shit? It's a normal human reaction. Get the fuck over yourself, man. Also, if you picked B, you win. By the way.
Well, do you ever watch television much? You ever watch a program called Dateline NBC?
Oh, sneak away.
Well, there's something I gotta tell you. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline.
The little turnaround, he was like so fucking dramatic. He's facing away. He's like, I have to tell you something. Whips around. I'm Chris Hansen.
NBC, and we're doing a story on it.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Now
great.
you're free to
I
walk
love
out of
that.
this house right now.
Yes.
But if there's anything else you want to say, now would be the time to say it.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it.
Sheriff's office down!
Chris, I didn't really notice that. Holy shit. Chris fucking waited until he heard the cops yelling before he started cleaning up the set. I never noticed that before. That's fantastic. Oh my god. Oh, I love it. Okay, now let's watch him get tackled by the cops.
But if there's anything else you want to say, now would be the time to say it.
He has nothing further to say and tries to make a quick exit, apparently not knowing what's in store for him outside.
Sheriff's office down! Get down! Put your hands on your back!
He's taken to the
that.
local police station.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow, okay. So I want to watch the spirit leave his body when the cops yell at him, because that was good shit.
Exit, apparently not knowing what's in store for him outside.
Watch.
Sheriff's office, down! Get down!
It's just, oh, right there. Oh, that's fantastic. I love it so much. Like, you can actually pinpoint the second his heart rips in half. Oh, I love it. And then you get to watch him try to hide his face in his shoulder when he's fucking cuffed like a goddamn idiot.
He's taken to
Look
the
at
local
that
police
fucking
station.
idiot. These TCAP camera guys, they got the angle. They know you fuckers. Oh, God. Awesome. I love it.
Where his car is searched.
On Mr. Armstrong's truck, we found some condoms, a variety pack, plus some jewelry.
Okay, little side note. Lorne tried to have this bracelet thrown out, like evidence-wise, quote unquote, because it's crap. It's crap jewelry, therefore it shouldn't count. Your Honor, the jewelry wasn't high quality enough. Therefore, it should not be brought in as evidence. Oh, God, I love that. Okay. That was a ton of fun. I love shitting on Lorne, and it's because he deserves it. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. Again, thank you for your patience with me. If you enjoyed today's video, please drop a like. I do have other videos like this one, but let me know who else you'd like me to cover. I'd like to venture into other types of content as well, so if you'd like to see me cover something or someone, let me know. I'll be doing a live stream every Sunday starting at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and there is a link to a time zone converter in the description, as well as links to all of my resources on this Lorne in quote-unquote investigation that I've done. And subscribe to my channel. Okay, I'm done shelling. Alright, I will see you on Sunday. Bye, folks.